Let's get right into it. Brown Mogotsi versus Senior Counsel Chaskalson. Brown Mogotsi had so many moments of collapse. First collapse is the recusal bid that failed. Application to remove the senior counsel Chaskalson was dismissed. The Brown's testimony proceeds. Same evidence leader that he now dislikes and hates so much. Commission visibly unconvinced. The application was dismissed. Moment number two. You are testifying from the bar. Brown's counsel tries explaining a late filing. The problem with that is that the explanation of their late filing was not on the affidavit. So the chair warned them that they are now testifying under the bar. They cannot lie like their client. So they had to immediately retract their submission because that would affect their their licensing license to operate as lawyers. So they had to be very careful right there. Collapse number three. The first question after the recusal was denied was, did you meet General Svia before January 8? This is a big question. And Brown said, I think he already planned to say, I won't incriminate myself because he was protesting against the senior counsel. And the chair says, how does that incriminate you? And Brown could not explain. He was just protesting. This is what it was. Then collapse number four. The Commission's Act warning. Here reminds Brown, a sworn witness cannot commit an offense by failing to answer fully, refusing lawful questions. So this means that the pressure on Brown began to escalate right there because later on, if Madlanga, actually, you know what? Madlanga needs to cut this on the nip because other witnesses may try to copy this and not want to answer questions. So Brown needs to be charged for not answering questions after being subpoenaed. So I'll leave that there. Then collapse number five. The Empangeni story between Brown and Lieutenant General Mkwananzi. Brown admits he never met the complainant because he says on the WhatsApp messages to Jerome Kwananzi, he met the complainant. And he had no basis to say Kumalo also interfered. He admitted that he made it up. First direct collapse of anti-Kumalo allegation, right there. Collapse number six. The handler approved defense failed. Brown says handler knew he was engaging Mkwananzi, but cannot say handler approved the lies. Operational authority becomes blurry right there. So anyway, witness H, the one that wasted our time that other week, I've always known that is Mogotsi's handler because he is the only person on this list that you see, the tickets that Maklala bought for the January 8, 2025, is it? I looked up all these people. All of these are ANC officials, except for this one right here. Cindy Siwe Simelani. He's the only person on this list that works in crime intelligence. And you know what? It's not up to me to decide whether if that is witness H or whatever. You can figure that out because this is the only person that is crime intelligence that is on Brown Mogotsi's and Ket Maklala's WhatsApps. So I'll leave it there. You know, senior counsel was offloading Brown Mogotsi at a very high speed. So we might have missed some details. So I'm trying to highlight the details. This screenshot here was just flashed in and out. But I remember, I think it was Witness X. Witness X did bring this screenshot as well, and it was flashed in and out. So that's why that's what I'm going to concentrate on the small detail that actually mean a lot. You know, even Mazanga tried to stop um, the senior council, but it didn't work. But here it is.
Mr. Chaskalson, is there a way of short-circuiting this?
Chair, I do think it's important that we go through it, if only to show that we are, I mean, even if we're not getting much out of the witness, I think we do need to try.
All right, all right. How much longer do you think? Your microphone, your
Yeah, no, I know. I switched the mic off because I was looking to see
sorry.
how much longer.
Okay.
I think at least an hour, unfortunately. We can,
Okay.
let me put to you what your...
Go and engage in Kwanansi. Chaskalson reframes the operation. So the brief was basically go and engage Kwanansi. And Brown retreats into self-incrimination because on his first appearance, he said his handler, this crime intelligence person, is the one that told him to go and engage in Kwanansi. And he has testified saying that he never did. So everybody, just like the senior counselor says, has thrown Brown under the bus. Collapse number 8. General Canning drop. Brown admits you don't clear every detail with handlers. You do what you have to do. Meaning, he independently used Khan's name, then invokes incrimination. Hey, Angas. Collapse number 9. The CIA claim collapses. Brown admits he had no tangible evidence linking Kwanan's to CIA claims. He already apologized and retracted that at the ad hoc committee. So we move on to collapse number 10. The wage is exposed. Senior counsel Chaskalson's theory emerges. This is where we have to pay attention. Pay attention right here. Brown WhatsApp messages are designed to make Kwanansi suspicious of General Kumar. He's trying to make these two people suspicious of each other. This was his mission, one of these missions. Brown refused to answer that directly. OMG, I just had a light bulb moment. I just have to share it with you. You see this collapse right here. This is typical of infiltration. Oh my God. This is exactly what the senior counsel was trying to offload and paint, and he did it so well. Because infiltration, step number 1 is to gain access. Brown himself said that he had to find something to get Lieutenant General's attention. And that case of, I don't know where, I forgot, worked for him. Because when he mentioned that case, General Kwanansi started to talk to him. He got into the space, penetrated, saw division. This is what he was busy with. Collapse number 11. Sowing suspicion. Chaskalson Brown was sowing, obviously, the suspicion between Lieutenant General Nkwananzi and General Kumalo. This becomes the central theory of this case. And Brown invokes self-incrimination and avoids answering any questions directly about this. He doesn't say no, he doesn't say yes. He says he doesn't want to incriminate himself. He's out of it. Collapse number 12. Maklala investigation collapses. There was no real Maklala investigation. Maklala became useful only as a route to attack PKTT and ultimately target Lieutenant General Kumal of Crime Intelligence. Brown does not decided to invoke self-incrimination again. Didn't want to answer questions around that. Because now the commission has evidence. There's some people who are saying, where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? The commission has evidence that Brown Mogotsi was on a mission to target PKTT, Lieutenant General Kwananzi, Lieutenant General Kumalo, General Masemona. So the commission has that evidence. Anyway, collapse number 13. The 6 Kumalo operations, the senior counsel lists the pattern. Now, pattern number 1, PKTT arrests. Make sure they get arrested somehow. Find some dirt and get them arrested. Pressure IP'd to open cases against the PKTT, Lieutenant General Kwananzi, Lieutenant General Kumalo, and General Masemola. This is what Brown was busy with. This guy is dangerous. I don't know why General Kumalo was saying he's an information peddler. He's dangerous. And this thing of waging war, making them suspicious of each other, the constitutional court discipline angle that he was pushing via the Minister Mkunu, Section 252A trap, the one that he got because he works in the minister's office, signal messages about finalizing Kumalo's matters. And Brown Mogotsi was very busy. A coordinated anti-Lieutenant General Kumalo pattern emerged, and it is in black and white now. I don't know where we have to go with his court case from here. I don't know what the legal route is, but I don't know. Collapse number 14, the Section 252A trap. Brown tries minimizing the trap into a small thing. The senior counsel reframes it as another operation targeting Kumar. These explanations weakens his testimony significantly. The final no comment shown after he was shown the signal exchange about finalizing Kumalo and Kwananzi matters, Brown says no comment. The final defensive shutdown. The big picture, Brown's collapse happens in 3 layers. He admitted he lied, repeated self-incrimination retreats, failure to prove a genuine Matlala investigation. And all this is equals to infiltration. Brown Mogotsi falls right at the heart of the terms of reference of the Madlanga Commission that is investigating infiltration into the criminal justice system. We have one person that we can confirm has done a good job in infiltrating the police service. And, with the way everything worked out, clearly the Madlanga Commission, including the evidence leaders, knew that the SAPS was sitting outside with a J50. There's absolutely no way that they would have been allowed into the commission if they didn't, for no reason. So they were sitting outside all day with the J50. So on my next recording, I am going to detail what those charges are formally. So if you want to know exactly why Brown Mogotsi was arrested without notice, please press the follow button. See you on the next one.